So you're thinking about moving to East Tucson, but you're not sure where to start. Well, today we're gonna tell you a little bit about East Tucson and show you some homes in some neighborhoods at different price points so you can get an idea as to what might best fit your budget. And if you stick around to the end, we'll show you an awesome place to go visit if you're in East Tucson. Let's get to it. If you're new to this channel and you want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're thinking about moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, give us a call, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make the smooth move to Tucson, Arizona. For those of you wondering where East Tucson is and what East Tucson is, let's talk about the general boundaries of East Tucson, especially in terms of the real estate market. So when we're talking about East Tucson, generally we consider everything east of Wilmot Road, south of Speedway, north of Irvington, and then all the way out to the Rincon Mountains. But I'll tell you, if you're having a conversation with somebody that lives in Tucson, they're not gonna really think of things east of Howden as being East Tucson, because once you kind of go past Howden and you keep going east, things spread out a lot more. It gets a lot more rural, especially the closer that you get to the Rincons. So a lot of that area is unincorporated and just has a totally different feel than the actual city of Tucson. East Tucson is adjacent to the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. It grants you access to the Saguaro National Park East. It's home to some of Tucson's busiest retail centers. You have bars, restaurants, hospitals, doctors' offices, tons of shops and shopping centers. The east side is definitely one of the more well-established, yet still somewhat modern areas of Tucson, Arizona. Homes in East Tucson get to enjoy views of the Catalina Mountains or the Rincon Mountains, or depending on where you're located, you might have views of both mountain ranges. It wasn't until the 50s when East Tucson really started development, but things were still pretty slow moving back then. So you're gonna see a lot of things built all the way through the 90s, the 2000s, and there's even still a couple of new construction developments going on right now. Because this side of town's a little bit older, one of the things that you'll hear famous about the east side is road condition. So some of the roads leave something to be desired. The east side's one of those spots of town that really just grants you great access to more affordable housing, commute times to work, shopping, recreation, and pretty much anywhere throughout the rest of Tucson as well. So for the most part, getting around Tucson, you might have 20 to 25 minute commute times downtown U of A. You've got great access to different areas of town through Kolb Road, Houghton Road, I-10, Aviation Highway, just like a great network of really long stretching roads to help get you around the area. If you're looking for some good food, the east side is not going to disappoint you. You have all your major chain restaurants as well as no shortage of local gems here. So if you want some breakfast, I recommend stopping at the Happy Rooster Cafe. The staff in there is extremely friendly and they have some fun artwork on the walls as well. If you want a good steak, head on over to the Horseshoe Grill. They really know how to get it done in there. And if you're looking for something truly special, head on over to Saguaro Corners near the Saguaro National Park, east of Tucson. So not only are you gonna have absolutely great views, they have some good food in there, they have an awesome bar, and my favorite thing about it, it's actually where I met the lovely Jennifer Smith. As far as shopping and potentially even job opportunities goes, I already mentioned the east side has some well-established retail spots. So you do have like your Target, you have Walmart, you have Home Depot, Lowe's, all these specialty like automotive parts stores and home repair stores. So there's like a lot of successful retail spots on the east side. And even the Park Mall is generally considered East Tucson, even though it's right on the other side of that Wilmot boundary that I talked about earlier. East Tucson is serviced by the Tucson Unified School District, which is B- rated on niche.com. That doesn't mean that every school is not doing great. I would check out schools on an individual level. If you're able to, go there in person, talk to the staff, get a general feel for it, see what their test scores are like, their sports programs. It's definitely different everywhere. From what I've heard and what I've seen, a lot of East Tucson just has this aging demographic, which doesn't support some of these older schools. East Tucson does actually have some great charter and private schools as well, so that might be worth looking into if school is a consideration for you. And now that you got a general idea of what East Tucson is and what it has to offer, let's go check out some neighborhoods. The first neighborhood we're checking out today is Silverado Hills. So Silverado Hills is in the northeast part of East Tucson, and one of the greatest things about being in this section is that you're starting to get a lot closer to Mount Lemmon as well as the Rincons. So if you have one of those east-facing backyards, you're probably going to be looking over at Mount Micah and the Rincons, and if you have a north-facing backyard, you're going to be looking towards the Catalinas with a full range. Even better than that, if you actually feel like driving to Mount Lemmon, you're only about half an hour to 45 minutes to the top. Nighttime, you're gonna have those stunning city light views during the day, just this whole view of Tucson as far as the eye can see. We're also in great proximity to grocery stores, so there's a Safeway about 5 minutes away. There's a movie theater in the same area and a couple restaurants for you to choose from, fast food, a lot within reach right here. Homes in the neighborhood do start off in the mid 3s and go up to the mid 5s. In fact, this home for sale behind me is currently listed at about $360,000. It's almost 1,700 square foot, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And when you have these homes that are 20, 30 years old, one of the best features of them is that people have kind of had a chance to put their mark on the home and give it a little bit of character. And in the case of this home, it's going to be the backyard. So the backyard has grass, it has mature plants, and it's just this beautiful like little oasis. So definitely things to consider if you're looking for a home in Silverado Hills. So let's go check out another neighborhood. The second neighborhood we're checking out today is Monument Vista, and it's called Monument Vista because it sits a little bit closer to the Saguaro National Park. Now there's 106 homes in here sitting on 120 acres. The houses start off in the mid 5s and go up to about $700,000 in price. For the most part, everything's gonna be over a 1/4 acre. So you have bigger front yards, bigger backyards. And since the development started off in the early 90s and wrapped up in the early 2000s, you've got this mature landscaping throughout the neighborhood. The home behind me right now is currently for sale at $539,000. It's really like the entry-level price to the neighborhood, and it's nothing to complain about. It has an interior that's been recently updated. It's 1,854 square foot, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's got that 3-car garage. And I love talking about the backyard when I see something special back there. So it's got a hot tub in an Arizona room. It's got a pool, a putting green, palm trees, mature landscaping, and just overall a great place to hang out. And the property itself is on about 1/3 of an acre. So you can just really hang out in your backyard and enjoy your space. So I hope you guys like looking around, Monument Vista. If this is a place that you like, definitely keep an eye on it and let us know in the comments. Let's go check out one more neighborhood. So for the last neighborhood today, we really wanted to show you something special. And we're over here at the High 40 near Speedway and Howden. So the High 40 has about 31 homes in it, and they are all custom homes. Nothing, no 2 homes are alike. Most of them sit on over an acre, and they start off in the 8s and definitely push the $1 million mark. This home behind me right here recently closed for $980,000. 3,500 square foot, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, absolutely gorgeous. But what's also fun is that we have one that's currently for sale behind me that's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and about 3,000 square foot. Now, when you're talking about homes like these that have, a little more customization to it, we gotta talk about some of those interior upgrades. So throughout this home, you have Saltillo tile, you have the decorative Talavera tile to give it this artistic touch. You have like a wraparound staircase to get you to the 2nd story. You have a huge soaking tub. And one of the best things, in my opinion, they've basically turned a whole corner of the home into windows so you can look out those Catalina Mountains. But it's not just the wall, they also put windows on the ceiling too, so you get these beautiful nighttime sky views as well. So that home's currently listed at $860,000. So you can just see $120,000 difference between homes right next door to each other. This home also has a separate 3-car garage. So, if you're someone who likes, going out, working, making a little bit of noise, but you don't want to disturb anybody else in the house, it kind of gives you that separation so you can do that. We hope you guys love the High 40. And we promise to show you something awesome to do if you're in East Tucson. So let's go do that. Thank you guys for hanging in here this long. And I told you I wanted to share a must-see if you're visiting Tucson's east side. So technically we're right outside of what's considered the east side, but it's definitely somewhere you would visit if you're coming to Tucson and hanging out in the east side. Right now I'm at the Pima Air and Space Museum. So Pima Air and Space Museum is on just over 80 acres with over 400 aircraft on site. everything from a Wright Flyer to a 787 Dreamliner. I mean, just an amazing storage of historic airplanes, as well as some stuff that's a little more modern as well. A lot of places to learn. There's 8 hangars here that are air conditioned. So if you're visiting in the summer, you got a few places inside that you can hang out. You might have to walk between hangars, which it is pretty hot out here during the summer. So worth considering, still worth coming out to any time of year. And the reason why this place has so many aircraft is the same reason why we have the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base here in Tucson. So the very dry climate is great for storing the airplanes. They're not gonna rust as fast, but we also have this very hard dirt here, caliche. So what they found is that they can clear the land and they didn't need to put any concrete down, and the planes, wouldn't like sink into the earth or become, covered in, this disgusting mud, that they can basically move them around year round if they wanted to. So yeah, if you're in the area, make sure to visit the Pima Air and Space Museum. And if you buy an annual pass here, you can also use that over at the Titan Missile Museum. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you're already familiar with East Tucson and you feel like there's something that we missed or that we could add in on another video, please let us know in the comments below. If you or someone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, be sure to give us a call, send us a text or an email so we can help you and them make a smooth move to Tucson, Arizona. And don't forget to click that like button, hit subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Thank you guys. See you on the next one.